we're Team No Waiting, and we would like to present to you guys a product called Graphene. The team consists of Misha Kogan. There's Misha. We got Kyle. We got Kyle, and we got Anand, and we got actually Mike Malone, who's remote, and obviously me. So what are we doing here? We're trying to organize the data, discover the truth, act on it. Yes?
I've heard that.
Wow,
that's
catchy.
Organize data, discover the truth, and act on it. Right? That's what we're all trying to do. So in practice, what does this actually mean? So in the field, when we actually people use our software, we got Jonathan Smith here. He's an old-time relativity master that you probably have run across. And he's basically quoting, preparing data for review is very difficult. Creates a lot of post-flow processes that must run sequentially, and that creates a lot of time-sucking waste, essentially. All right, so good news for Jonathan. A bunch of really smart guys got together, and Team No Waiting would like to present you guys the Graphene. Graphene is the new way of doing import and processing and analysis of your data in relativity. Here's the old way, the tired way. You import your data, you wait. You build your search index, you wait. You run SDRs, you wait. And if you still have time, maybe you'll act on it and discover the truth. Yeah? Here's the new way. It's much simpler, yeah? Import the documents, discover the truth, act on it. Right? So without talking about it, I actually want to show it to you guys. So, what we have. Well, what's that?
Go ahead, man.
So, okay, so what do we have here? We have Hopper, we have two split windows, two separate users logged in. Alright, this is actually Hopper, it's not just some dev VM. We actually went through the build and CI/CD process and all that. So what you see here on the right is the Graphene-enabled workspace, brand new. There's nothing in it. And as part of this workspace, we actually have some STRs. Now notice on the STRs, we're actually using DT search syntax, the Boolean logic, the regex. We got the within 10 and x less word, and within 5. Right? So these are the type of things that you would expect a reviewer to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to import some documents into that workspace. Now, as I'm importing these documents, I want to tell you guys the old way of doing things. So as you import the documents, what do? You have to wait for it to finish, then you build it to search, then you run SDRs, and then you'll let reviewers enjoy their time reviewing the documents, yes? So let's take a look what happens with the Graphene way. So as you can imagine, the documents are being imported, so we actually have some documents. You can see them, you can see extracted text. Amazing. But there's this new search provider, it's called Graphene. It actually looks a lot like DT search, and I wonder if we can use syntax like DT search. For instance, we're doing power within 10 of today, or we're doing some invest highlight, invest star, and bank. Awesome. You guys didn't have to do anything else. All that happened was DT search specific syntax, ran across your data, and now you can actually see the highlight terms for the document in the viewer, just as you did before. This time, without building any indexes, without building any STRs, without doing anything else.
Where is it grabbing the text from?
It's grabbing the text from Graphene, which
Graphene
is
the store?
Graphene is a mix between DataGrid and Lucene and DT search.
So you put like a DT search facade on Lucene?
It's kind of. We're actually using a brand. It's actually using DT search behind the scenes, but there's a DataGrid integration that allows the data to be stored. But more importantly, we actually get the dirty flag, what we internally call the dirty flag, which tells us which documents are being updated. So we can intelligently say which documents need to update.
But are you loading into a DataGrid field, a long text field?
Yes. This is DataGrid enabled fields.
Okay.
Right? But this technology actually works across both SQL and DataGrid. That's another thing to know.
If I loaded it just in the SQL, I can still use Graphene.
You will not be able to know which documents are modified. But that's something that we can very easily
For new documents, yes, you can use Graphene. For SQL, all of your data, new documents, all of your data. Doesn't matter DataGrid or not.
So just the modifications, the deletions or modifications.
Data grid only.
Data grid only. But for new documents, I can use that syntax.
Both. Correct.
Take a look.
As soon as it's loaded.
As soon as it's loaded. These are actual STR and their corresponding .counts without building any DT searches, without running any STRs. On the fly. So just to prove it to you guys, we're not lying here. What we want to do next is look, there's no waiting within 5 of when. There's actually 0 documents. And we just got notification advised, our case admin said there's an OCR problem. So we're actually going to overlay our documents. So what happens when you overlay your documents? You have to rebuild your DT search index. You have to run SCRs. That's the old way of thinking. What's the new way of thinking? So we just imported this document. Complete it. And so we can actually show it to you guys. You can now see that there's something called no waiting for the win. This text was actually updated within this one document, right? So the update already happened. Let's take a look.
Never change it.
Let's take a look at what happens when we actually search for it now using graphic technology. Not yet. To give you an example, hey, we got one document. No waiting within
Search it.
within 5. Let's actually do the search. Hey, showed up. Now I've actually showed it to you in the viewer with highlighting.
Is it pure DT search syntax or any differences?
Pure DT search syntax.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So just load your data and search it. You don't have to think about building it and building STR.
So what was the whole process of doing over here when we did the one single document upload? You have to rebuild the entire index. We don't need to do that.
So what we've done right here is we've combined basically the big power of Lucene and DT search and the new way of thinking about how your data gets imported, organized, so that you can discover the truth and act on it. Right? So you get all the benefits of the familiar syntax, you get real-time indexing. You don't have to worry about SCRs ever again. You don't have to worry about it. DT search indexes get built, SCRs get run, you don't have to worry about anything. Right? So we obviously get much quicker time to review. We support basically unlimited data. You got probably one of the big limitations with Lucene is you can support 2 gigabytes right now. It works for on-prem. There's very little impact to SQL. Most importantly, bottom line, this is going to drive R1 adoption, and it's going to save us a lot of money from hosting this service. And more importantly, it will actually deliver us a lot of money because all the clients are going to want to come to R1.
All right, so we got a little baby doc set here. How does it scale?
Very good. So just for the purposes of this demo, right, since we only have 5 minutes, I can't really import 300 million documents.
I'll wait. I'll get a drink. No, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So
But when you tested it on that many documents, what happened?
the most we've actually loaded in was the EDRM data set, which is the 1 million documents. So we have not had the time, obviously, in 2 days. You can
What happened
imagine.
with the million?
The million works fine. We have not pushed the boundaries beyond that, but
But what does fine mean? Is it slower though?
slower than what?
Slower than just to write a deep search index or running a query.
No, I mean fundamentally it will not be slower because you have to wait for the data to be pushed.
Once the index is built.
But once the index is built, it's the same. It's the same index.
Yeah, by the time you're done importing, your index is built.
Yes.
So usually
You don't have to wait.
after 1 million, it takes another 2 hours to build the research, right? Now you don't have to wait that time anymore.
So I don't get it. If you're using Lucene, how can you do this without data grid and just with SQL?
This is not just the SQL. This is actually.
But you said you could do it without data grid, or
No.
you still need data grid hardware, but you can.
No,
You don't need.
You don't need data grid hardware.
Okay. So what do you need?
So you literally just need an agent server.
That's it.
That's it.
So think about this: new data, new documents. You don't need data grid. Forget about data grid.
Forget
All
about data
fields, You don't need anything, just a new agent.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right?
You just need to do agent.
Don't need data grid.
This is why the cost effective, because right now what we're paying in our one is each local cluster has its own Elasticsearch cluster, yes? Guess what? In the graphing way, you don't have to have that cluster.
All right.
Why did you get